If you on the Lord, I like it. He said the sun is going. Notice that getting close to that time, the sun is going down. You better make up your mind. You better make up your mind. Amen. Well, it seems like a long time since I've been up here. That's all right, though. It's all right. God blessed me with some real cold weather outside. So I know y'all rather be in here than out there. So no rush, right? Rush. You know, I thought about it. I thought, you know, it's been 5 years since I accepted a call to preach. And I remember some of the sermons that I preached. Just a minute, Sister Pickett, you can release yours from the song. I remember all the sermons that I've ever preached. I've never heard my wife ask me a question, what you gonna preach about? She just waited like everybody else. But last week she asked me. She said, what you preaching about? So when I told her, she promptly said, that's not a Christmas message. You can imagine how that made me feel. I thought I'd worked on this for a long time. She said, that's not a Christmas message. So it kind of bothered me. I thought maybe I should say something about Christmas Day, because it's a day of joy. You know, the kids should be excited and just bubbling over. The big kids too, because we all received a gift about it. Amen. Amen. We all received a gift. So, you know, whenever I'm troubled, I go to my mentor. I went to my pastor. And I told him, I said, well, you know, I didn't prepare a Christmas message. And he said, that's okay. That's all right. Every message is a Christmas message. No truer words said. Amen. No truer words were said. If I could, I'm not jumping ahead. No way. But if you would, I'd like for somebody to find me Jeremiah 37:13-15. And I'd like for somebody to find me Amos 7:10. And Elder Pettis, I would like for you to find Ezekiel 31-33. Now when I call on you, I want you to stand up and read it. Elder Pettis, you can put yours to the side because it'll be a while. Amen. Amen. But the sermon today is going to be a message given to me about 6 months ago while I was listening to my pastor preach. He was preaching, and he was preaching. I mean, he was really preaching. And this message came to me. And I studied it, and I hope I was obedient to God. Amen. But it's a message of warning. That's why I was so struck by the song, Who's on the Lord's Side? Because it's time to make a stand. And messages of warning have never been accepted by the people as a whole. They don't want to hear it because they believe that that message is not a message of peace and love. They don't believe that God's wrath and his warning comes from love. There's a message of love, but it comes from love. That's why he gives them. If God didn't care if we perished, he would let whatever be happen. But he cares. He cares all about you. He cares so much. So what he did was he warned people of old. He used the prophets to warn the people of impending doom. Jeremiah, he told, a message to give. The land of Judah. Jeremiah went home to the land of Benjamin. They called him a traitor because he gave that message and then he left. The reader for Jeremiah, please stand and read. 37, 13, and 15.
And when he was in the gate of Benjamin, a captain of the ward was there, whose name was Erijah, the son of Shelemiah, the son of Hananiah. And he took Jeremiah the prophet, saying, Thou fallest away to the Chaldeans.
Thou fallest away to the Chaldeans. In other words, you're a traitor. You're a traitor. You fall away to the Chaldeans. See, the Chaldeans had gone to the city to destroy it. But they had asked for help from the Egyptians, from Egypt. And they came. And the Chaldeans ran, bruised, beat up and bruised. But when they came back, God had told Jeremiah that the Chaldeans would burn the city. And that they did. Amen? Amen. People don't like messages of warning. They don't like it. They believe that it's something, you got some type of ulterior motive when you teach a message of warning. But God gives his warning to each and every one of us for a reason. Amos said this. He said that he was a herdsman and a gatherer of sycamore fruit. And God called him to prophesy.
All right.
Reader for Amos, please stand and read. Amos 7 and 10. Yes.
Then Micah, the priest of Bethel, sent to Roboam, king of Isaiah, saying, Amos hath conspired against thee in the midst of the house of Isaiah. The land is not able to bear all of his words. The land is not able to bear all of his words. In other words, we don't need his prophecy here in this land. Amen? Amen. We can't hold it. We don't need to hear it. And another thing, when you read the Bible and you mess those names up, don't worry about it. They're dead anyway. They don't know you messed their name up, okay? But the land can't hold your words. I couldn't hold his words. Amen? These are messages of warning. Messages of warning. Paul later said he would like to preach, but if he can't preach, he talked about the dispensation of the gospel in 1 Corinthians 9, 16 through 17. He talked about this dispensation of the gospel. In other